What's up, guys? Welcome back to PBnJ and our second installment of Squared Circle, which is our wrestling specific channel, or not channel, but videos, I guess. I'm here with Brian, and today we're going to talk about big news that came out a couple days ago, and that is WWE Smackdown moving to Fox. Now, it's not a huge deal. Fox Smackdown has moved around before, right? It started on UPN. Right now it's on Sci-Fi, so it's bounced around. But moving to Fox is a huge deal because of how big that network is. They were able to pull in these huge numbers on cable, and now it's going to be on Fox, right? Network TV. You know, there's a lot more to that. Brian's going to get into it just a little bit. So what's up, Brian?
Hey, how's it going? So quick correction. Yeah, they're on USA. They were on Sci-Fi a few years ago, but they're back on USA. So they have both Raw and SmackDown on USA right now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, so the deal is about $205 million annually for 5 years. So that's like over $1 billion over 5 years on Fox on Friday nights. So I think when it first started, if I remember correctly, it was on Thursday, and then they moved it to Friday. And for TV shows, Friday is not a great night for television because that's when everyone goes out.
Yeah, that's the dead zone right there.
Yeah, but I think the reason why they're putting it there is because, they have Thursday Night Football. So maybe they use that as a segue. Hey, you guys come back on Friday, you get to watch some wrestling, and they can promote it through there, during their in-game commercials, or they'll have the announcers mention it. Yeah, so so it's going to start in October of 2019. So there's going to be about a year and a half of time for them to build up the brand and hand it over smoothly so that when they switch over to Fox, everything will be ready. They'll have a full line of talent. But after every WrestleMania, they're going to do a shake-up, so they still have time to make any adjustments and corrections before they make the switch. So that's huge news. I believe it's a lot more money. I don't know the details for the USA deal, but it should be a lot of money where they don't need to worry about selling out the stadiums, even though it'll look good on television. Just an example, my brother went to the Smackdown show in LA a few months ago, and they didn't even use the whole place. So they had to cover up the top part of the arena. So, now I guess they can focus on going to smaller venues, make it packed, make it louder, make it more exciting. So maybe they'll do that, unless they like, showing where they're at. So maybe they will still continue to lease out the bigger venues. But either way, this is a big deal for them, a big win. This means that pro wrestling not only is entertainment, but it's also like coming to the mainstream, just like what they did with Fox. I mean, when Fox brought UFC onto their network and kind of brought them up into the mainstream as well back then.
and wrestling is it's still a huge draw. It still has a huge market. It's funny because whenever you watch like NFL game or NBA game and stuff, they're doing all the wrestling moves.
Right. It's like a pop culture kind of thing, like cult pop culture thing that people know about.
Right. Everyone knows pro wrestling. So, and you brought up UFC, and this deal came about a week after the UFC signed a deal with ESPN. So it's I think it's like 8 months. In 8 months, they're going to move completely off Fox Sports and move to ESPN. And this is a huge blow for Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports 2, in that was their main bread and butter, was the UFC, because they don't have live sports yet. They don't have football and basketball and baseball and hockey. And that's what's killing the net. I don't want to say killing it, but it's really limiting that network's growth, is that all day content is just all the talking head shows, right?
Yeah, and they have they do have college games and other sports, but it's like the leftover. It's almost like the B level games of the week, right?
Yeah,
where
exactly. Yeah.
ESPN grabs all the big games and everything.
Or today we have the NBA playoffs and they're on TNT. So Fox Sports, losing UFC is a big problem. They even losing they're going to lose UFC Unleashed, right, which is the reruns. They're going to lose the Ultimate Fighter, which is they run 2, maybe 3 seasons a year. So it's a lot to lose. So getting WWE to replace them is, like Brian said, it's a big win. They can show Smackdown, they can show reruns. I'm not sure if they're going to bring over some of the stuff from WWE Network. the pre-show and everything. Maybe they can show that now on Fox Sports 1. They'll show the pre-show, and they try to make it look all legit, right? They're like the Forga people are discussing the show,
right?
And maybe they'll do that. They'll have a pre-show of Fox Sports 1, and then they'll have the main Smackdown will be on Channel 11, Channel 11 here now or in LA anyway on Fox, and it opens up, maybe they show old pay-per-views. I don't know. Who knows what they can do? But getting WWE, it's a massive library of content. And it's a more than suitable replacement for the UFC, because I'm pretty sure WWE brings in more. I think it still brings in more ratings and pay-per-view wise than the UFC. If not, it's really close. But another reason is Brian will go into a little bit more, is that after the Fox deal with Disney, where Fox is selling their movie studios and television studios over to Disney, they're going to need cheap content to produce for TV. So Brian, go into a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so pretty much filming one of these shows, it's almost like a reality show, filming a reality show. And when we used to talk to Pat about the production value of these reality shows that they used to put on like 10 years ago, they were everywhere because the production was so cheap.
Right.
You just bring these people off the street. I mean, it's not the case here, but you're bringing like people off the streets. You have them sign some waivers. You pay them almost nothing. You just have like a few camera guys, use some natural lighting. You're filming outdoors, and it's way cheaper than getting a set and then bringing on actors, and then you got to cater it, and then you have to do all this other film stuff. You have to have scripts. I mean, they do have. It costs a lot more money to film a real life show, like a real show, TV show, versus doing live events like WWE. I mean, like all sporting events are the same too, right? Like you're filming in one location. And they can pump these out all the time. If they want, they could even expand to show some house shows. I mean, that might affect the overall storyline, but that's extra content for them if they want to show more like live, quote, air quote, like sporting events of wrestling. So, but yeah, like you said, there's like tons of content to tap into. Like since they own WCW and ECW, they can show some of the older stuff from there. And they have like 3 decades worth of clips and matches that they can show. So it's a lot of stuff they can use. My question is, like, do they want to just keep showing that on their channel? Because then it may be too much wrestling at once. But, like you said, they don't have that much content to show right now to fill a 24-hour gap, 24-hour day outside of these talking heads and some college football and some sporting events. So this is a good way for them to fill the other time slot.
Yeah, and they're considering, it's not a rebranding of Fox, but it's an unofficial title of New Fox, and this will be part of the New Fox. I'm going to assume there's going to be a launch right after the Disney deal and all that stuff. They're going to launch as New Fox. Look at all this new stuff, and WWE is going to be right at the forefront. So it's a huge get. It's great, works great for Vince McMahon. We were talking a little bit earlier that Vince McMahon is going to be relaunching the XFL in a couple of years, and if he wants to be on a major network, being in business with Fox is he's already got his foot in the door. So maybe in 2 years on Fox Sports 1, the season premiere of the XFL 2.0 will be on Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports 2 and all that. So getting that business relationship started early. So it was a good reaction from Fox after losing the UFC. They just jumped in, grabbed WWE, and maybe if employees or whatever thought the sky was falling for the channel, it's okay now, I think. So
so do you think they'll keep the FS1 brand or the name, or do you think they're going to change it?
I think they'll end up changing it. FS1 hasn't really established itself at all. All it is a UFC channel, right?
Yeah, that's
it. So if they were go, New Fox, New Fox Sports, or New Fox Sports 1, something like that, then yeah, fine. That's fine. Who cares? There's gonna be no fans going, oh my god, I just lost Fox Sports 1. It's not. I already, for me personally, I'm already writing that channel off because I only watch Fox Sports 1 for UFC, and if it's going to ESPN, I have no use for Fox Sports 1 at all. So hey, if you put some wrestling on there, I'll keep it on.
Yeah. So you don't watch those Whitlock shows or those other guys?
No. No. We've talked about this before. How Fox went and got all the guys that we hated from ESPN and just put them on one network. Like, oh, great, all these guys I can't stand, and they put them all day. Colin Cowherd and Jason Whitlock and Skip Bayless. It's like, yeah, it's not good. So yeah, that was our quick take on Fox buying out SmackDown. Well, I don't even know if it's buying out. It's more of like a broadcast deal, but partnering up with the WWE and starting to showcase SmackDown in, what'd you say, in 2 years? Year and a half?
A year and a half, yeah.
All right, so
October of 2019.
So yes, that's it. So stay tuned for further installments of the Squared Circle. We'll see you guys later.